and you can take a look. We have so wait, let me back up. So Stormer, welcome. Good to have you. Glad to have you on board, sir. How are you doing tonight?
Good.
Good. So we've
Just
got yeah, go ahead.
Just doing totally not last minute research on the teams.
Fantastic. I'm glad you are doing totally not last minute research. So the teams, we have NGS Season 10, Round 3, Division C West. We have Annie Oak League versus Essence Gaming. And we just got out of the picks and bans. So AOL got the coin toss and chose to pick the map. They banned Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Essence banned Battlefield of Eternity and Hanamura. So AOL got one of their favorite maps picked. They're going to start out on Infernal Shrines. That's one of theirs that they really like.
And the bans could be, especially from Essence Gaming, since they banned both of the 2-lane maps, is that they have a strong double soak, and they wish to have a 3-lane map to really utilize that.
Got it. Makes sense. So Infernal is a favorite map for AOL, but they did get that Battlefield banned out. That's one they like that Essence banned. Essence likes Infernal as well, so no harm, no foul there. And Heroes. Annie Oak League loves to... Well, we'll talk about Heroes once we get in the draft. I don't want to get ahead of things here. Let's wait till we get in. Teams are all in the lobby, so we're just trying to get set up here, and I'm trying to fix that cam. I'm never going to a voice channel again. Discord. I'm telling you, the Discord camera is a nightmare.
Is it really causing Discord?
Yeah, it is interesting to me that they don't realize what the word Discord means. That is an interesting thing to me. So listen, I think we're gonna be without your cam here. I think you're gonna be the true Black Stormer and be a black screen there, unless I can fix it later. But right now, it is not really loving it.
Don't worry. The stream is only going to be slightly worse from people not seeing my absolutely beautiful face. That was totally the reason why people came to this match.
True story. Now they're stuck. We hope they'll stick around anyway.
So onto what picks they like. Essence Gaming seems to really like Brightwing as a healer.
Oh yeah. Should we tell them we're ready so that we can see what they want to do? That would be fun.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I'd like to hear about that. I try not to get too far ahead, to be honest with you, of the draft. Because we're only on a 30-second delay. I'm not saying the teams are listening, but I like to be a little bit careful.
I guess that's fair. I only did that to my team once already. So I guess I'll just shut up.
I don't want you to shut up at all.
At least until the game about that.
I don't want you to shut up at all. But I definitely don't want you to talk too much about their picks until we get into the draft, which is what we're about to do here. So, records. What are the records of these teams? Did you get that? I think Annie Oak League's been having a tough season so far. We're in the draft now. By the way, folks, if you wonder why I'm casting Annie Oak League every week, it actually just really works out that they play at the perfect time for me. Our team runs Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I tend to cast Mondays and Wednesdays, and I do it 10:30 after my family kind of retires, and they just happen to play those matches, so it works out really well. May ban out from Essence, very smart ban from Essence Gaming. Golas May is a problem for the teams they play against, so that's a good start there, Blackstormer.
I mean, surprisingly enough, they have Annie Oakley has not played May this season.
What? They have.
Are
you sure?
In the games I'm looking at. I mean, it looks like it was first pick, first banned most of the game.
Okay, I might have seen that elsewhere then.
You
I might have
been
seen that in
looking at
another
old
league.
games. Yeah.
I might have seen that in another league. ETC is someone that Gola very much likes to play, but also will ban out if he doesn't think he can get him. So he views that as a priority pick ban. Gul'dan. So Essence has done their homework. Gul'dan is a favorite of Vince Noir, sometimes known as Vince Nowhere. She discoded last week, and somebody came up with that one. Gul'dan is definitely a favorite pick and good on this map.
Very
so it's
strong
good ban.
on this map, yes.
AOL chooses to ban Diablo. I thought they might want to play him. But again, you don't have that first pick. It's funny, tanks are kind of going first pick now, aren't they, again?
I mean, the tanks is always the most limited of the hero pools because the DPS is there's a lot of DPS and the healers are kind of interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
It's tanks that are kind of what really dictate the pace of your team fight style. So
yeah, I agree. It's a foundation, right? Everything's built off the tank. Yeah. It's a really critical pick. So the KT comes out first, though, for AE. Don't often see him as a first pick anymore, but again, that's a good map pick, right? With this objective, KT's really strong, yeah?
Yeah, people tend to clump up a lot on points, and it's a lot of splash damage over those points. And for similar reasons, Deckard is very strong here, because big old splash roots and gems, and
good zone
you
control.
can get a lot of value. Yep.
Mal'Ganis, somebody that has been a very popular pick for AOL recently. Sorry, I kind of cut you off there.
No, not at all. Yes, Mal'Ganis is like a personal favorite, and like I said, it kind of matches that style of just control that's great on this map.
Well, Stormer, I just got interested in this match. The Thrall pick. Thrall pick, an absolute favorite offlaner of mine. Love to see him played. Don't see him played enough. People underestimate his value. Cho'Gall ban from AOL. Have you seen, do you happen to know if EG runs that? Is that...
No, but they could know about other strategies because of the games I see, which is only like 5 games, remember. Okay. It's very early in the season.
True story.
They have not played Thrall even, so either
Round
this
3.
is something they're practicing or this is something that AOL knows better than me.
Well, they know this team. These teams have played each other. When we were doing the picks and bans, Gola mentioned, this time we're going to win. So they played Essence fairly recently. Again, I'm thinking another league. And so they probably saw something that they don't want to see again. Yatre with the Leo pick. Another favorite of mine. By the way, we got the Jaina ban. So target ban in the mage. On the side of Essence, they're targeting out the mages for AOL. And so Vince Noir goes with Lunara, who I think of as Sustain. Do you think they're just going to move Trance over to mage, or do you think they'll swap?
I mean, a swap round is very much a thing you can use to trick out your opponent.
Yeah. Greymane comes out. I mean, that's a powerful looking lineup. Anubarak, who is a favorite of Essence. They love the Anubarak. So that's a good pick for them. They have a great looking lineup. They have good burst, they have good off lane, sustain, good dive, Chromie. So they still found their mage. Great range, right? Excellent AoE damage. What do you think about that? You're breaking up a little bit. We were talking before the match started. We were having some Discord audio issues, so just to let you know, you kind of broke up there on me. Got to pay your Wi-Fi bill. So we are loading in now for game 1 of a best of 3. Stormer, hopefully we'll get your audio back online soon. I'll go ahead and introduce the teams, and hopefully by then we'll have you back. Device. We might have a terrifying solo cast here, folks. You might be dealing with me, folks. It's pretty bad, Stormer. It's pretty bad right now. It's unplayable. 1 out of 10 would not purchase again. All right, folks. On the left side in the blue trucks representing your Annie Oak League, we have a pause going out almost immediately. So let's see what's going on here. I don't think I can chat to them. They're having comms too. They're having comms issues as well. So I wonder if Discord's just taking a poop on everybody. I think you're back, by the way. Yeah, no, it's still pretty bad, Stormer. Yeah, no, you're not there, buddy. You're not there. So, wow, Scoops, thank you for the host. We are we're in the middle of a pause. My co-caster and I are having Discord issues. We can't hear the co-caster, and one of the teams in the match is having comms issues. I'm guessing they're on Discord as well. Discord, not our friend tonight. I'm going to leave the channel and come back. Yeah. So, yeah. Stormer, definitely we're not going to have a very good voice connection tonight. And the game has been unpaused, so hopefully Essence was able to get their issues resolved. We're still showing 1 bar here between me and Stormer, so Stormer, I'll let you know when I have more than 1 bar. Meanwhile, on the left side, in the blue trunks, folks, we have your Annie Oak League with Gola on Mal'Ganis, Vince Noir on Lunara, Lion on Deckard, Yatre on Leoric, and Transformer on Chromie. On the right side, representing your Essence Gaming, we have Ailish on Anubarak, Sinclair on Ana, Adrian on Kalthas, Keeks on Greymane, and the Duke on Thrall. And we already are into the action as both teams meet at mid and get to work clearing their first lane. Sorry for the technical hiccups to start the game off, but we're in for a barn burner, I can tell already. Leo, missing that spooky hand a little bit, but looking for some early aggression, or at least just trying to get a heal off that Thrall. He and Thrall are going to duke it out back and forth. Get it? Duke it out back and forth. And they should be fairly even up there, but we'll keep an eye on them and check in once in a while. Both teams now in the bottom lane, kind of poking around, thinking about the camp. It's the red team, but they back right off of that because the blue team's right there, and there's no clear advantage either way. So the focus will remain at this time on the clear. And the blue team actually is going to try and take that camp. They're going to poke on in there. Nubarak is going to dive in and say, not so fast, my friends. The gravity lapse comes out on Mal'Ganis. The red team is going to argue about this, but the blue team AOL does claim the camp. And Greymane's seeing himself a little bit deep now, and Anu barely makes it out, does not make it out, in fact. And I think Greymane's going to fall. Nope. Gets the last second heal. Lunara wanted that. Vince Noir on the Lunara wanted it. Didn't quite get the poison out there enough to pull it off. We are green against Stormers, so feel free to go ahead and chip in here if you like. We have Thrall. It's bad again. We have Thrall working on the mid lane. You know, not exactly what you think of as a double soak hero, but he's going to do his best. He's going to do as much as an orc can do and head back up to top. His team now has made it back to mid, so he got whatever soak he could. Hopefully he'll catch... Nope, none of those globes. One of them. He got one of those globes. He can only do what he can do. Leo will definitely out double soak Thrall any day of the week. Huge advantage there to Leo. You can see a slight XP advantage to the blue team. Of course, that's also attributed to getting that camp bot. But the red team now has taken their camp. Easily burned down by AOL, who also took their siege. We missed a little bit of action there. Missed a little bit of action. Both those camps were taken. I didn't see both of them go down. Top lane, they're still just slapping each other in the face. With no real harm done to either. We have a pretty even team here. We have that one kill against the Anubarak, barely by AOL, but Essence is still keeping up with XP, and we have the first objective coming up here, and that is going to be a Frozen Punisher. This is an important one to get. This one can get a fort. It's a Frozen Punisher, so it's going to shut down the towers and the forts, and it gives you a lot more opportunity to get siege damage done than you would normally on a first Punisher. That, the red health bars look really rough. Greymane running for his life. Anubarak is low. But Leo also low and Gola at about half. Boy, Lunara wants that Greymane this time. And again, just barely comes up short of the kill. But Greymane out of the action for now. Meanwhile, though, Essence stays on the objective and gets caught up. Almost. AOL's back and takes the lead again. It looks like they're going to cap this objective. It's very close, but it looks like it's going to go to AOL. The potions come out, but it's just not enough. The red team doesn't want to push in and risk death, especially with a 7 talent tier advantage for AOL. So they fall back, give the Furnace Punisher over to AOL, and just get to work on the defense. They need to bait that Punisher over the wall. That's a lot of damage. There's the bait. Punisher's going to shut down that fort shortly. There's the shutdown, and this is why you get so much additional damage with the Frozen Punisher compared to your Garden Variety Punisher. Siege damage, that is. And that might be trouble for Greymane. Had that rewind from Chromie, and Greymane does fall, but so does Mal'Ganis, and that's the counter kill that Essence needed. You want to show that you can get some kills, too. That was important. Stormer, we might have you back here.
All right. Cool.
Fantastic. You sound good for the moment, thank goodness. I'm glad to have you back, sir. Been pretty exciting so far, hasn't it? And you're gone again. And you're gone again. You know what? When they ask me to fill in the match report form this time and it says at the bottom, any issues? I can think of a couple. We had audio issues. So, Essence is clearing that camp bot, doing as best as they can to get that cleared up. And they're about a half level of XP behind, only 1 kill behind. That was 1 fort down, so that's good value for AOL, but certainly nothing that Essence can't overcome. They are just looking to quickly get to 10. Make sure they get those heroics. Oh, Thrall, watch it there. Uh-oh, that's going to be a dead Thrall, I think. Oh, he medallioned. Wow, what a fantastic use of the medallion. And I think that's why Almost everybody hates that change except Thrall right now absolutely loves it. That was an absolute perfect gank for a kill. He pops the medallion, stops the rewind, and just sort of pieces out there. So it's a lot of setup on the part of AOL that goes kind of unrewarded. Not that it wasn't a good play on the part of the Duke. It's a great play. You have the tool, use it, but that's why a lot of people aren't big fans of the medallion. And meanwhile, the offlaners are offlaning. So, let's take a look here. That next objective will probably be coming up. Oh, it's coming up to the bottom. But both teams are certainly trying to push the top right now. That camp's going for Essence, so they're trying to get as much value with it as they can. Mal'Ganis feels a little bit antsy and sleepwalks on out of there. Oh, that's a lot of damage down on Lunar. They don't quite get the kill, though. The rewind could be trouble here. Is that another medallion went out? I think another medallion went out, and Chromie right now has got to be just hating life. Oh, that's a good entomb on Greymane. That's a great entomb if the damage comes through, and it does. Lunara does the leap over there. The damage is on point, and so here, finally the blue team finds their setup after Chromie missing being frustrated with a couple of medallions. Yatre comes through with the entomb, and that's what they need to get a couple of kills and add a third to it. They dive through and get the Ana and Anub'arak's looking like he's in a bit of trouble right now. And that is a dead bug. So the blue team's going to be able to take this top fort. And meanwhile, Greymane and Thrall are looking to take this camp bot. Quickly grab that while the blue team is top. That's a good play. That's what you can safely do. Storm, are you there? And what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
Very strong performance from AOL. Great job capitalizing on the kills they're getting.
This might be their first time that they've had their starting lineup in a match this season, and it looks like they're trying to make the most use of it. There's another great entomb, but that turns right around on Leo. I mean, he got two, and they said, oh yeah, here you go. Turn it right back around, but the stay a while allows for a lot of damage to come out against Essence. Anub'arak again running for his life. The Greymane's down again. And Ana might... No, Ana's fine. That is a dead Leo, and therefore not a great fear. And blue team gets a Punisher again. It's an Arcane Punisher. Baited over the wall. That Anub'arak needs to look out. These guys are no joke. Ana with the heals. On point. She's there and helping. Gola getting very aggressive. He's smelling injured bug, and he wants it. Punisher stun, and Gola follows that up immediately. Drops asleep, and there goes KT. He was waiting for that Punisher stun and took advantage of it immediately. And that is the last fort down for Essence. And now they're starting to feel their backs up against the wall. Greymane, I think you want to be careful there. I think you... Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. Caught out there, and like a pack of wild dogs, AOL just burns him down immediately. And AOL says, all right, let's go ahead and take a wall here. They're almost to 16. I think if they get 16, they have a 3-level lead. They could look to just keep, but they decide to walk away. Discretion is the better part of valor in this game. They steal the enemy siege camp. So once again, Essence on the defense. Got to burn that camp down. They are going to go ahead and take their camp. Probably decided, like, let's not give them one more thing to steal. They're down 3 levels in the talent tier. There's little they can do on the map, but this is something they can feel good about. Is take this camp. Don't let the enemy have it. You're not going to push with it, but you can stop the enemy from getting it. That gives you maybe a breath or two to defend mid. And look, you still have all your keeps. So if you're Essence, you haven't lost this game by any means. You still have all of your keeps up. This game can turn around in one fight. One team wipe does it. They get a good 2-3 kills with that bonus XP from being down levels. They can come right back. KT completing his quest. I don't know what quest it is, but the screen says he completed it, so that sounds great. And the red team is wisely just sticking to clearing lanes. They're not trying to be aggressive here. They're not trying to push. They want to get to 16. They might be able to get the spot in camp. Now I'm worried about them. I look where AOL is, and I'm extremely worried about this. They are going to be down a talent tier. The blue team is going to collapse on them, and this fight could go very badly for them. Anubarak trying to sort of slow down the assault here. Gets entombed. Let's see if he's going to be able to burrow charge out of that. He is still probably on cooldown. There's the burrow charge. Is it going to be enough? Pops the shield, and he makes it out. That was tenuous. Tenuous. Very scary time for Essence Gaming, and they managed to make it out of there. That's a win. They got that camp, and they lived. Now they've just got to get to 16. Absolutely have to get to 16 in order to fight this objective. And now with this objective, you're getting to a point where if you lose this one, you potentially are in trouble for losing the game. They potentially can finish off of this Punisher. So you really need that 16. You've got it. Now you can go up and you can contest. Essence down 9 kills to 2 to AOL. AOL feeling very much in control. Probably looking for that Entomb to start him off. Leo with the spooky hand. Noob dives right in there. That puts him in a tough position. Didn't really have the damage there yet. And that Anubarak is going to make it out. But look, the damage busts through. Anubarak falls, but the damage did get through to the back line. But Mal'Ganis comes back to protect, and there isn't a kill there, and that's going to leave the red team fighting 4v5. If they can't get a quick counter, they're really in trouble. And there goes Thrall, and now it's 5v3. So that looked for a moment like that dive through to the back line could work out and get a couple of kills for Essence. But Mal'Ganis fell back, ran interference for the back line. Greymane still wants the kill and does get Transformer. He wanted that. They needed it. But dies for the trouble. And KT just can't get the finish off on Leo that he wants there. So now we have, I think that's the Mortar Punisher. Don't ask me how I guessed it's a Mortar Punisher. It's just a wild guess. And he's pushing on the mid keep. You have a 2-level lead. You are on the same talent tier, but if you're AOL, you're definitely feeling like this keep belongs to you. Thrall's coming back now, so Essence has him to help defend. Anubarak burrow charges out of there. Feels a little bit too deep and burrow charges to safety. That Mortar Punisher is harassing Anubarak, which is kind of what you want more than damage on the keep. Anub gets a Web Weaver out on Leo, but there's not really anything there to follow up. They just slowed down the advance a little bit, and that keep is going to fall. And AOL falls back. They might look to take that Bruiser camp now. I think they can. They're sniffing it. They're setting up a gank. So Essence definitely doesn't want to be face-checking any bushes, although they do want to fight now. They want to fight now before Blue hits 20. Blue is on that. Burrow charge in at the right time. Lunara took a lot of damage. Anubarak is on the point and holding. Yatre throws the Entomb and almost dies for his trouble. He does. They take him down. Essence is able to turn that around and get the Leo. But shortly after, Greymane and Anubarak are burned down. Wow. Wow. Did you see that shotgun blast from Chromie into the face of KT? Ana running for her life. Does make it out. But folks, that might be all that AOL needs. And they're setting up mid. And they're going to pressure the core. I don't know if they can do it yet, but it's 16 minutes in. They should be able to pressure the core here. Wow. All right, Anubra coming out looking for the defense. We've got 3 players up for the red team. They really want to hold here, but there's a lot of damage coming out. It's going to be tough. It's down to 29%, 25%. I think this is going to be it. Just too much damage. AOL does manage to finish it off. GG. Well played. Both teams, congratulations to AOL with the win. Oh, Stormer. Breaking my heart, man. We still just don't have you. I keep checking. I keep looking. I want you to know I keep looking over there. And as soon as you start talking, it might be me. Mine shows 1 red bar. So it might be on my end, but whose ever end it's on, it's there. And it's trouble. Yes, sir. You're trying to backdoor your way in? It's no better, sir. It's no better, I'm afraid. It's no better. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to the other channel. You can pop in and we'll keep trying you every few minutes and see if we get you back. Okay, folks, let's take a quick look at the stats there. And I'm sorry the audio is just not cooperating tonight. 100,000 siege damage for Lunara. Chromie leading AOL with 48, but look at KT leading Essence with 52,000 damage. Look at the healing from Deckard. 84,000, doubling his opponent nearly in healing. That is some potions at work there. That is unbelievable. Thrall leading all players in XP. Running around getting that double soak. That is true credit to Thrall because for a Thrall to get more XP than a Leo, it typically isn't going to happen. That is some real attention to soak there from the offlaner and to be commended. So, let's pop it back up here. You just see me, just see my beautiful face. And we'll see if we can figure out what the teams are going to pick next.
Sound better after disconnecting and reconnecting?
Yeah, you sound good right now.
Right now?
Right now, you sound great. All right, so let's update here. And we've got a score of 1-0 for AOL. Good for them. Good for them. What'd you think of that game, Stormer? I couldn't hear you, but you watched the game. What were your thoughts?
I was actually... So that, even though it ended up being heavily, or like it looked like AOL was in control of a lot, the other team was never out. They have such a pick comp, such an aggressive comp with the Nubarak, that it's either going to work and they get a kill or two, or it's not. And in that case, we saw it not work, but it's one of those razor edge type things where I think it was close to working.
So, Essence has opted for map pick. I think it's always the way to go is the map pick, and they picked Altrek. It is a favorite map for AOL, but obviously Essence likes it as well. I agree with you. This game can tend to, like, if you watch the last 3 to 4, 5 minutes in a game like this, you can very much misunderstand what happened in the game, right? The last 3 to 4 minutes of that game looked pretty convincing for AOL. The map looked pretty convincing for AOL, right? If you look at the structures.
Yeah.
But everything was in degrees, right? It wasn't, they were never getting stomped. It was just an extra kill here, an extra kill there for AOL that always added up, right?
Also, just, I feel like Essence struggled, like, when they got, like, there was a few times they got a pick, but when they did so, AOL always managed to, like, snatch that trade and make it a 1-for-1 instead of a 1-for-0. And that's what really kept them in the game.
It was always just a little bit more going to AOL. A little bit more, and those lot of little bit mores added up. Let's take a quick check on the map situation. So just to reset here, this is best of 3. We're in round 3. Annie Oak League versus Essence Gaming. The first map was picked by Annie Oak League, and they won that map. That was Infernal Shrines. The second map was picked by Essence, and Essence Gaming now needs this win, and they're thinking about a reverse sweep here.
Definitely not out of the picture. If both teams continue to play the level they've been playing at, I don't think it's impossible for either team to score the ultimate match win.
Not at all. Let's get into the draft, Stormer. Stormer, you're back. You're back. Your audio sounds great.
Don't jinx it.
I jinxed it. Just like somebody said, oh, I think I'll see Geo play Leo. I said we weren't going to talk about it. So, you think you'll see that May band come out again here?
Most
Wait a
likely.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is wrong. I'm not supposed to say anything, but this is wrong, clearly. Right? Because the red team picked the map.
Oh, was blue team supposed to first pick?
If red team picks a map, then blue team should be first pick, right?
Yeah. I don't have a chat for lobby chat.
No, we
just
don't.
In fact, I don't have.
We're not supposed to get involved in rules enforcement.
I know. I'm just saying a lot of my bottom bar menu stuff is just missing. And then just a little bit of a visual bug.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like the teams are fine with playing it out. Can you say we don't want, or can we say, well, if you take map, we actually still want second pick? Or is...
No, somebody goofed up.
Oh, okay.
Someone made an oopsie. I've seen it happen a number of times.
Can they just change the team? Yeah, they can just first draft team change that.
Yes. I've done it myself.
Well, it's just the whole other team left?
Because it always defaults to team 2. It throws them out, I think, when you cancel.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'm not sure. Either that or the other team tilted, but I'm glad they caught it there. Would have been kind of a pain to get much farther. Now, what they should do, and I wasn't paying that much attention, but with your brain, you probably got it all locked in. What they should do is pick and ban the same stuff. I think they hadn't made a pick yet, had they?
No, they were just banning.
Bans. So they should ban the same things. And I already can tell you I didn't remember what they had banned. Did they do the? They didn't do the maid, did they? They did the Mal'Ganis.
The team 2 had not gotten to their second ban.
What was the first one? Mal'Ganis, right?
Mal'Ganis.
Yeah.
AOL banned ETC.
Yeah.
I think there may have been a third ban. I just don't remember it. I don't remember AOL's other ban.
I think they have to ban that Mal'Ganis, though.
Yes. That Mal'Ganis seemed very strong that game, really showing why you consider, and apparently they consider now their Mal'Ganis to be first ban worthy.
Diva's available now. Can you see anybody picking a diva?
I can see the diva pick. This is a very hard map to double soak on. Diva might be able to do it, but if Diva can't double soak, that is a lot of her power gone. But we can still see a diva pick some point throughout the draft if either team feels comfortable with her. Like,
it's interesting.
Obviously, if you're gonna pick diva, you're gonna want to know how to play her.
Wait, what? Listen, if you have to know how to play heroes to play them, I'm right out of this game. That rules me out immediately. Okay, how can you can't take 30 seconds to ban. You already know what you banned. You've already done it once, guys. Come on. Come on.
They're probably
what you're banning.
They probably I don't know.
Don't you dare start defending it. These should be insta bans. These first two. Oh my gosh. They're just they're tilting me, Stormer. They're tilting me. Now everybody knows what it's like to play solo queue with me.
That's a different ban, I think.
That's a different ban. I told you what they should do. I didn't tell you what they do. Because you've already seen something, so you should actually stick with what you did.
I'm actually surprised at the Garrosh ban.
I am too.
Essence has shown to be able to play Johanna pretty well, and Johanna has historically countered Garrosh pretty hard.
So I was gonna say they want to go Diablo. If they're banning Garrosh, they might be looking at Diablo, and it looks like AOL thinks the same, so they just take him off the table.
Yeah, we're looking like we're gonna have a pretty heavy tank choke, which both teams seem pretty okay with, since AOL has played main tank Blaze before, and Essence has played main tank Varian before.
Oh, wouldn't that be saucy? Well, there's the Mal'Ganis is back, so I think we got the same bands, just not in the same order. So all is well with the world. And there's the May. So I told you I thought we'd go Mal'Ganis and May. They left the May open, and Gola jumps all over it immediately, and I think that's going to be trouble. I just don't think right now you can give a team May. That worries me.
We'll see. I'm willing to give Essence the benefit of the doubt and say they might have some plan against May.
I haven't seen anyone have a plan against May yet, but they do get Tassadar as one of their favorite picks. And didn't you say they like Brightwing? I thought you said that.
They've played over half their games this season on Brightwing.
Vince Noir feeling spicy, going with the Li Ming.
As spicy as white bread. AOL is having a very, very standard draft in terms of just good heroes in good positions.
Yeah.
Whereas Essence is trying something a little more interesting. Do you think we'll see the Cho'Gall ban again? Brightwing has a big percentage heal tied to her phase shift.
Oh, on Alterac? Do you play him on Alterac? I feel like a 3-lane map, he becomes a challenge just from not enough bodies in lanes. Am I wrong about that?
Brightwing might be able to mitigate that, because she can sit in a lane as like a healer with that global.
I mean, I don't mind getting spicy. I don't mind getting spicy here. If they want to leave the Cho'Gall on the board and we get spicy, it's fine with me. Sonya banned out. I haven't seen Yatre play Sonya, but we won't today. There it is. They don't want anything to do with it. AOL doesn't care about what I think or what the map says. They don't want to see Cho'Gall.
I mean, Cho'Gall is strong over the cage fights in the map and the boss fights. So I wouldn't say this is a bad map for him. And there's that diva. Looks like they're saying where even though she may not be able to double soak, we believe in her
You know,
power in the solo.
I like it. Okay, I'll tell you why I like it. Can I tell you why? Okay, first of all, I don't think it's a double soak map. Just my opinion. I don't think it's a strong map for double soak. But beyond that, a Nubarak, if he has a downside, what is it, Stormer?
Small health pool.
Yep, he's not a tanky tank. What's Diva got? So you're kind of backfilling that lack of beef in a Nubarak with Diva, right? But what does AOL do? Go right for the Tychus. Giant Killer should burn her pretty well, no?
Yeah, and that URL is like very strong in any matchup.
Yeah.
Really gonna put Diva the new hero rule of Blizzard.
Oh, and
Of their new hero being strong against, really putting it right to the test against the URL.
What a great lineup. What a great draft. I mean,
lots of damage out of Essence.
Come on, Stormer. Like,
lots of damage out of both teams.
These teams are bringing it. AOL wants to close it out. Essence wants to take it to game 3. And we never root for teams Dewey, Stormer, but game 2 we always root for the team that lost game 1. Just because we want to see more action. That is a spicy draft. I love this. I mean, I love this. There's no way in the world if you asked me to say which team won the draft, I would say nope. They both look strong.
Now, something to note, the AOL has not very good camp clear on the minions. Their best is Li Ming.
It's not a very nice thing to say.
Excellent.
It's very mean.
So
we'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, let me introduce the teams, and you can tell me more about their complete lack of camp clear. On the left side, in the blue trunks, representing your Annie Oakley, we have Gola on May, Vince Noir on Li Ming, Yatre on Urel, Transformer on Tychus, and Lion on Ana. Representing on the right side, in the red trunks, representing your Essence Gaming, we have Ailish on Anubarak, Sinclair on Brightwing, Adrian on Tassadar, The Duke on Vala, and Keeks on Diva. Worth mentioning, you said maybe they don't have anybody who's playing Diva, so they've switched roles, haven't they? The Duke was playing Thrall in the off lane, and now the Duke is on Vala. So they have switched up to somebody who knows Diva. So go ahead. You were saying blue team little lacking in the camp clear, which is pretty important.
Yeah,
on the
and they're even lacking so much in wave clear that May went Ice Storm over her normal level 1 for that additional wave clear.
So she talented into some better wave clear
over her self-sustain.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. We'll see if that'll end up biting her.
And then Noob seems to be really liking this Beetle build. He won it last game. I know I wasn't able to comment on it, but he seems to be going it again.
We felt your comments in spirit. We felt your spirit moving through us. And the comments there. I think I speak for everyone when I say this. So the blue team already goes for their camp. AOL working away on it, leaving the bottom empty. So that gives a little bit of a bump in the soak to Essence, who also now goes for their camp. Vala, in a little bit of, taking some poke there, but I think she'll be fine. Nubarak comes back to make sure, and then heads back to mid. So both teams want to make sure they're not missing any of that soak.
And it really goes to show the difference in camp clear, because blue team had such a head start over red team, and red team's only done a few seconds later.
And so both teams now have taken the camps. A little bit of an XP edge to AOL at this point. Nothing big. And Li Ming and Vala duking it out bottom. I think Li Ming has to be a little careful in that matchup for exactly that reason. The Duke bursts on in there. Throws that W out, and Li Ming says, nope, see ya. Diva getting chunked down here by Urel, and gonna go back and take a tap. Thinks about backing. Says, nah, I'm diva. I got a suit. What do I care?
And interesting enough for the fours, Tychus went into rhythm, which may not be super weird, and Tassar went electric fence.
Tell
and
me about
Tassar,
that. Does it do damage to the wall, or how does that work? Electric fence.
Targets near the wall will take damage every second and be slowed.
No kidding.
And something I missed, Tassar went Psi Infusion, making his W longer range and restore mana.
Why isn't that electric fence used all the time? Because it sounds awesome to me. And the first objective is up while we're talking about that.
The reason normally electric fence is kind of... It's not unpickable. It's certainly a good talent, but it's usually second place to a shielding talent that exists on 4.
So it just doesn't do enough damage to offset being able to protect yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
But the shielding talent only works at full charge, and he did not go the Q quest, which is normally how you get most of your charge.
Vala's in a little bit of a rough spot here, Stormer. She barely gets out of there. Brightwing, so I meant to tell you, did you see what Brightwing was doing, Stormer? You mentioned Brightwing having that global value, right? So Brightwing stayed up top, and she soaked a lot of health there. Gets in at exactly the right moment to help Valis. So that gave them just a little burst. They got to 7 first. They caught up on some XP deficit. That was very well played, taking advantage of the global on the Brightwing.
Yeah, and that is something important to note, where it's like Brightwing, even though she's not a great solo laner.
Look at the Mei. Look at the Mei. She got hit with that electric fence, but you know what? Diva's out of the suit, and so she'll have to back up. But Mei took a lot of damage.
She did not get off her bomb.
Okay.
Diva, which is important.
That is a gutsy engage. Anubarak falls. Sorry for talking over you, but that was a very aggressive initiation from Anubarak to go back in there. Okay, so she burned she doesn't have the bomb, you're saying, in the suit.
She died without using the bomb, so she had to spend time regaining her suit instead of just instantly having it back.
Okay. All right. So these early kills don't do a whole lot. The death timers are very, very short. Essence over here pressuring AOL, but AOL in the meantime is actually just taking their camp. And that'll force Essence to clear that camp up. Even if they do channel this, they'll have to leave or send some people out, and they'll have to give it back pretty quickly. But they're stacking up 5 of them right now, looking to poke in. Li Ming just trying to back them off with those orbs. Right to the face. And there's the bomb you're talking about. Does get off, and we had Lion caught most of that. But Diva's in an awful position and ends up getting burst down before she can get back in the suit. Vala's running for her life. Transformer is just chasing Brightwing down, but Brightwing is going to get away. Anubarak, he changes his target to Anubarak. Anubarak is also going to be able to burrow charge on out of there, so the red team does manage to avoid disaster there.
A lot of fireworks and only 1 kill out of it.
Yeah, that was pretty good retreat for them. Go ahead.
Yeah. They seem to have a lot more, not patience, but, like, ability to, like, know when to call it back because the fight was going less well. Just
good discipline. It was good discipline. That was a smart retreat. Now, they've lost the objective here. They did make a decent effort to try and channel that back and stop the objective, but the first objective goes to AOL. What are these called, this objective, Stormer? The riders, the chargers,
rider. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a good
You don't know this
them.
one either. Ha ha.
But mid
the cavalry.
Hard.
Is it the cavalry?
Yeah.
For the not the horde. What are the other guys called? The
Alliance.
The Alliance. The Alliance cavalry. So the Alliance cavalry rides in with that little bonus circle of damage and I think attack speed and
move speed. But importantly, middle is very heavily pressured.
Yep. And that's good
And
because that's where your camps go. I
Diva
think,
might be dead.
yeah, she is. I'm not sure that's where you wanted your time and energy to go. I'm sure they're happy with the kill, and they are still going to get mid. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm just thinking, this kills aren't buying you a whole lot during that objective. You might want to focus your damage, but you know what? They already had gotten mid, and they weren't probably going to get top, so that's a good kill for AOL.
I mean, they got walls in every lane, and they got a lot of damage on bot port as well. So I think all in all, a pretty good first objective for AOL.
It was, and also I would say for Essence, not the end of the world. So they're down 3 kills to 1. They're down about 1 full level. They lost the fort, although if they're not careful, they're going to lose a second.
Cass has to be careful.
And that's tough. That's tough. They're going to lose a second fort, and you definitely don't want to lose 2 forts off the first objective. Are they going to get it? The bomb? They need 1 more orb. There it is. There it is. I think that was a snowball that finished it, wasn't it?
Snowball or Tychus grenade.
It might have been the grenade. So the red team's got their camp pushing mid, but right now they're down 2 forts, almost 3. You're right. That was pretty effective. When the dust settles, AOL got a lot for that objective.
Well,
Brightwing popping into mid just in time.
A lot of reason they could get that fort is because both of the front line were on the camp for Essence, which I have to say that must have been at least some degree of mistake.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure you want to trade a camp for it. This also is a very, very aggressive boss call here. The Web Weaver comes out. But that's sort of a defensive Web Weaver. Oh, is that going to get May? Is that going to get May? I don't know, but look at the damage coming out from the Tychus. He's just locked in on Anubarak, locked in on Diva. They both do make it out so far, but they're just run back and beaten up. Urel pops her Ardent Defender, so she's able to walk out of there. They managed to avoid dying. I guess Cassadar died during that. To be honest, I didn't even see it. The tanks avoided dying, but it's still definitely a fight in favor of AOL, and now it's just their boss, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of buttons were pressed, and it's...
Absolutely.
Cassadar died very early on there, so it's impressive they didn't lose another, even with stuff like Odin being popped. But...
I feel like all the focus went on that May.
And importantly, they missed the timing of Web Wrap ending, and they missed a lot of abilities on May.
Okay, so when you see that timer coming down, you got to be ready to get on it and dump your focus damage.
Well, it's kind of hard because the enemies can make it end early, so you risk being too late.
So there's the initiation from another web wrap from Anubarak. So they web wrap the May, and this time they dive through, and that's what you want to do. Now they got the damage, and they should be able to get Lion. That's what you want to do. Well done. Brightwing also in trouble, though. Team? May taking a lot of damage, but she's May, and this is what I talked about in the draft. You can just damage her all day, but trying to finish her is a different thing. Tychus, buddy, there's a lot of red around you right now. There's the Commandeer Odin coming out, and he says...
Maybe a little bit late.
Back off. I don't know.
But all the while, boss was getting value top, and bottom looks like it's preparing to knock down that fort.
Well, when you lose all your forts, right, then every extended fight like that with the enemy is in favor of AOL, isn't it?
Yeah.
AOL goes and grabs their camp. Essence does the same. And they're just looking to defend their camp. They should be able to set up here as the web wrap is back. Tassadar are the only ones still with his ult down. Tychus has the Commandeer Odin is still down. Blue team is going to check that bush, see the Diva, and they know that the gank is waiting for them. Tychus running around flexing with the Super Soaker. May doesn't have a care in the world. She's May. She pokes in wherever she wants. Tychus is already looking at those minions. Go ahead.
Interesting enough, this Tychus is getting a lot of stacks on his trait. 75, even looking almost 100.
Do you see the damage he's putting out on that Anub, Stormer? Did you see that when he just pointed the gun at Anub and just chunk, 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 you see the bars go down?
Certainly not a fun time to be playing a tank on Essence, that's for sure.
Look at the Nubarak's health bar. Look at a Nubarak's health bar. Unbelievable. I don't know what else to say. I mean, he's just ripping through.
I mean, that's also one of Noob's weak points, though. He's always had the lowest health bar of the tanks.
Absolutely. And wow, looks to me like AOL had a pretty good idea what to do when they saw it coming. Commandeer Odin here doing massive damage to that keep. It's down to about half. The objective is reclaimed in his channeling for AOL, and they have captured the objective, so now the Alliance Cavalry will make their way across the field of battle.
And again, these fights are bloody, and they're not one-sided, but it always feels like AOL is crawling ahead each and every time.
A little bit, right? 8 kills to 3, you're right. It's just by degrees, but those degrees are starting to add up, and Essence is in a really precarious position here. If they lose their front line, if they lose Tassadar here, there's a legitimate opportunity for AOL to look to finish. On the other hand, if they can somehow get a pick, if they can dive through and get to that back line, Essence can get back in this, get some underdog XP, and get right back in it. Wow, that is a great ice wall. That is a great ice wall, and Li Ming doing Li Ming things. And folks, that's what I just spoke about. If they could get a couple kills, they could look to end here. Vala running for her life, and she does find the safety of that keep. Diva dumps a suit, but I think that's going to cost her life. And AOL is just going to look to finish. They have 2 keeps down. That's what you want. And they should be able to finish here, Stormer.
You have to respect the damage auras of this objective. Wow. It's not just for sieging. It also really puts the hurt on the opposing team.
I'm not sure what the Commandeer Odin was needed for there, but just in case. Just in case it's ready.
Very fast all-track. And it didn't feel like it was a... And it didn't feel like it should have gone that fast. None of the team fights were like 5-0 one-sided stomps. It was all like, oh, they got 4 kills versus 1 or 3 kills versus 1.
Wow. So, siege damage, Yrel crushed it compared to everybody else out there. Yrel did amazing work. Good game, well played to all teams, to both teams. Congratulations to AOL, convincing. And yes, now you were saying.
I do want to point out Diva's damage as well.
Yeah, we're getting there. She led her team in damage.
For a good chunk of the game, and even at the very end where her DPS outpaced her, it's only by a little bit.
Okay, we are heading over. We have Yatre for the interview in the NGS Discord. So we're heading over to Lobby 1, sir, if you care to join me. Yatre, congratulations and good evening.
Thank you. Just one quick thing, if anybody doesn't understand what I'm saying, I was born with a speech impediment, but usually you get to figure out what I'm saying.
Well, I'll tell you what, Yatre, most of the time, I get you loud and clear, and what I'll do is if I don't, I'll just ask you again if you don't mind, because I'd rather make sure I'm getting you. You have great stuff to say. Congratulations on the victory. You guys have worked hard and have, I don't think you've put together a win yet this season. This is the first time you had your full lineup, so how did this feel?
It feels so good, man. I was looking for that win since since I only joined the team like a couple weeks ago, right? And I've
That's
been
right.
like working my ass off. Like I was figuring out my matchups. Like I actually got a little jerked because I thought Apocalypse was gonna play for them on the other lane, and he wasn't no show today. So like my whole testing against Marcel didn't work out. But
So
at
you
the end,
spent
it all
you
turned
spent a
out.
lot of time on Malthael and then didn't get the matchup you were looking for. Is that what you said? Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I was trying to counter the Marcel. I even asked my friend to like help me practice against it, and it didn't happen. But whatever, we won anyways.
Oh,
I-
you were afraid to play against Malthael. I got you.
Yeah,
I
like
got you.
that guy's level 200 Marcel.
I will say, as another offlaner who plays URL, URL was very clean. It was
Yeah?
a very good
Thank
job.
you. I've been trying. She's so hard to play, also, right? Like there's so many little details about her.
I don't play her at all because she's just too high skill cap for me. So as usual, I agree. Your role was on point. And let's be honest, everything was working for you guys. By the way, the entombs in the first game,
And like that.
the entombs were fantastic. And
Yeah.
you know, there's a couple, and this happens with Leo. Let's be honest, there's a couple of solid entombs that ended up with you getting burned almost immediately. But
Yeah,
your
yeah.
team still got what they wanted for those, yeah?
Yeah, and like the comps were really funny because they were like use Leo as bait, you know, like they were throwing me out there to die so that they won the whole team fight. I mean, it was
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good trade, right? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
understand that as Leo, that when you do that, sometimes the entire team will turn on you. But
Yeah.
as long as your team comes out ahead, and we talked about it, we felt like in this match tonight that most fights were close and you guys just always came out a bit ahead. Is that how you saw it? Or did you see it a little differently?
Oh, like I think like one thing we had going for us is like Transformers uh, follow up to like any stun or CC that we had was like always on point. So
Yeah.
for example, the Neckar sleeps were always like follow up like tons of scroll damage and like everybody just died. That was very nice to watch. Also.
Yeah, when I think it was KT got slept by Deckard and just got instant nuked.
Yeah.
Specifically came to mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
noticed
yeah.
the Chromie shotgun to the face near the end of that game.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Stormer, please.
I'll also say I noticed you got a lot of value out of your 13 on Leo. I know it's like hard for it to like notice and recognize, but you were, even the times you died, you got like a big reduction off on everyone at least once.
Yeah.
Usually could
Well,
swing the team fight.
Yeah, well, like we saw that they had a knife come right with the Anubarak pick, so like it was like right away I knew I had to go for that cannon, like for that whole build about damage reduction to like prevent my team from dying basically, right?
Yeah.
Looking for
It's
the
like-
gray mane in the thrall in the KT. So
They have so much
Anubarak dives
damage,
and they can't follow up, and then Anubarak's just sitting there like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because I mean, once a Nubarak spends his load, he's kind of just
Yeah.
beat all. So
Yeah.
So
good drafts, good calls.
you mentioned
Thank you so much.
Transformer. The Tychus was just burning down. So did you guys talk about in the draft, you were ready with that Tychus pick if you saw the Anub again?
Well, like I've been telling everybody in the team that Titus is OP since he got reworked, but they didn't believe me. But like I think the Transformer's been spending a little bit more time on him, and it showed, right? Like now he was just shredding Anubarak like nothing, you know?
Yeah.
You could watch Anubarak's health bar
Yeah.
going second by second, just watch it getting chunked down. I mean, it just really difficult when your front line's getting burned through like that, and you'd get a good pick here or there on Tassadar. That boss fight really felt like a turning point to me, where you were in the lead at that point,
Right.
but when you fought over that boss and took the Tassadar down, Tassadar was the only kill. But from there, you had control, it looked like.
Yeah. I was surprised to see Tassadar in game 2 not take the quest at level 1. I think
Okay.
like maybe that was to our advantage.
Stormer
yeah.
talked about that as well. He went electric
Yeah.
fence. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like, you
Stormer
usually,
talked about that as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, like you normally do that in Storm if you want to like double soak with the gas alarm, like in competitive, that shouldn't be your job. So like when I saw that, I was like, I'm feeling confident about this
I
game.
mean, also the W build on one or the W talent. Yeah. What I noticed there was just no focus on banning Diva. This is the first week she's legal post her rework. Were you guys at all worried about her? Were you just like, don't worry about it, I'll handle it. Just let me deal with Diva. What
Well,
was
like
your thoughts on Diva?
I knew the Diva versus Zero matchup. Like I played it the other way around, like against like we did like scrim with the CCS guys, and like the Zero was winning the trades. So like I had that going for me. Like if the Diva knows how to stop your winding of your E or whatever you're channeling, then it can be more even. But like, I figured this guy wouldn't know about that if it's like not obvious. And yeah, he wasn't using it to stop me, so I was winning the trade there.
I don't think the knockback alone can interrupt your unless you're saying while you're in the air.
Like,
But because
I
I don't
think he
think it
has
can interrupt the channel.
he has a
From the,
cannon at level 7 that stuns you.
oh yeah, the stun.
So that's
Got it.
here, yeah. Like he
So
didn't
that
go
would
for
have
that.
given you trouble, but they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
go that route, so that allowed you. And then in the team fights, really, Tychus just put the damage either on a Nubrak or on
Yeah.
Diva, and so she just burned down pretty quickly.
I think Diva's amazing. Like I want to play her, but like what we were discussing in our Discord is that she doesn't bring that much in the team fight itself, right? And when you're competitive, the team fight's more important than just like being a god by yourself
Yeah.
and then doing whatever. So like I think she's still very strong, but like we need to practice a little bit more with her. Like my Diva win rate in Storm is pretty good, so I do want to play her, but
I
but
feel
then
like she brings a lot of damage to the team fight.
yeah.
But
She does now.
But obviously, like she struggles on CC, but she has good amount of sustain and damage, and that might just be all you need out of a
Like,
bruiser.
like you never know. Maybe she's supposed to be playing in the DPS role. Like it's possible. Like, I don't know. Right?
Or maybe you played kind of like a hero like Falstad, where you just like kind of have your tanky bruiser, and then you also have Diva.
yeah, maybe like that. I don't know. There's for sure come to play her on. She's so strong. We just like haven't practiced her yet.
And Gola finally got the May.
Oh yeah.
So May keeps getting banned out. He jumped on that immediately when it was open. We talked about it in the draft. They put so much damage onto her, and then she doesn't die. That is just unbelievable.
Those walls were terrifying. Like a lot of people now that or like not now, but like the snowball was bugged for a bit unreleased and was banned in a few places. But and a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people just inherently went, oh, but snowball's the better of the two.
Yeah.
I feel like Gola made a very strong case for Ice Wall that game. Those were some scary walls.
People like learned to play Ice Wall because they couldn't.
Gola's an amazing tank, right? Like he's like the main shot caller for a team, and he does like a great job. Like I feel like in the last 2 weeks, I've learned so much from him specifically, like his macro calls and everything. And yeah, his ice walls were like on point for sure.
Well, Yatre, first of all, your name is maybe the most fun to say of any that I get to say throughout all the games. Yatre. So thank you for that. We want to congratulate you again. We know you guys work really hard, and so we know it feels great that you guys got this win. It was well-deserved. You had a solid opponent, and you guys did great work, made good decisions, and came out with the win. So congratulations on the domination victory tonight.
Thank you so much, Neil. Appreciate it. I'll keep being around here for a while, I think.
Good. We're glad to have you, sir. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And to everybody out there for tuning in tonight. Stormer, got any last words for Yatre or for the fans out there?
Yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning, but thank you for the great game. Very fun to watch. very fun to cast when I
Thank you.
can cast them. But thank you for the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
folks, we're sorry about those audio issues in game 1. We appreciate it, and we'll catch everybody next time. Be kind to
Bye,
each other.
everybody.
Peace.